Welcome to GameStorm channel, and my video is about worst PS5 games you should avoid it. Number 6, Crash Bandicoot. On the Run is a mobile game optimized for PS5 where players take control of Crash Bandicoot as he runs, jumps, and spins his way through various levels. The game features classic Crash Bandicoot elements, such as collecting Wumpa fruits, defeating enemies, and navigating obstacles. Players can unlock and upgrade different Crash Bandicoot characters, each with their own special abilities. The game also includes boss battles and challenges that test players' skills. As a mobile game, Crash Bandicoot, On the Run, offers a simplified control scheme with touch-based controls for jumping, spinning, and sliding. The game features colorful graphics and familiar Crash Bandicoot environments. This mobile game port was poorly optimized for PS5 and felt more like a lazy cash grab than a true Crash Bandicoot experience. Number 5. Werewolf, The Apocalypse, Earthblood. As Cahal, a warrior from the Fianna werewolf tribe, you have the ability to switch between 3 forms: human, wolf, and werewolf, known as Krynos form. The human form is used for stealthier approaches, while the wolf form allows you to track enemies using enhanced senses. The Krynos form is where most of the action takes place. In this hulking werewolf form, you can deliver devastating attacks and throws against enemies. Combat focuses on chaining together combos using light and heavy attacks. You'll face various enemies from corrupt werewolves to human soldiers and mega-corporation security forces. Overall, the gameplay revolves around switching fluidly between forms to defeat enemies using melee combat or stealth, with a focus on delivering gory finishing moves as the powerful Krynos werewolf. Upgrades and progression systems add depth, while the open world provides different biomes to traverse as part of the narrative. Bugs, glitches, and an uninspired open world held this game back from being any fun. Even fans of the source material were disappointed. But before we continue, please subscribe and ring the bell and tell us your opinion about the video. Number 4. Balan Wonderworld. When you're hopping around Balan Wonderworld's simultaneously imaginative yet bland stages, it doesn't necessarily feel like a total train wreck. Some of its bare-bones obstacle courses can occasionally produce hints of what I might call fun, and it's not much more than a total bore the rest of the time. But when you take Balan Wonderworld as a whole, it sinks lower than the rudimentary platforming that barely props it up. From its misguided one-button control scheme, to its haphazard transforming costume mechanic and the levels that use them, to the half-hearted Chow Garden-like hub world between them, it gets a lot wrong. And very little of what it gets right helps to balance the scales. This is usually the part where I'd break down Balan Wonderworld's story for you, but there's not much to tell about the unexplained nonsense it calls a plot. You play as either a boy who goes from happily breakdancing to being super bummed out in record time, or a girl whose housemaids whisper about her behind her back for no apparent reason. Your choice means very little, though, because either way you are quickly abducted by a magical top-hat man named Balan and dropped into a dreamland full of weird birds and crystals or something. It's unclear, but that's all the setup you'll get before it starts parading you through 12 different worlds, each with just 2 levels, a boss, and an extra level once you beat the story, that are each structured around another sad person, all of whom seem completely unrelated to anything that's going on. You cannot fathom any moves beyond jumping, and a singular costume ability that replaces your jumps. It cannot comprehend that your controller features more than 2 buttons. Number 3. Destruction. All-Stars is a global sports entertainment event where stars and cars collide. The player assumes control of one of 16 characters, referred to as All-Stars, each of whom has access to unique hero vehicles. For instance, Hana's car is equipped with a retractable blade that can slice opponent vehicles in half, while Genesis' car is equipped with rocket boosters that give a massive speed boost and help deal more damage to opponent vehicles. The game is a vehicular combat game in which players need to seek ways to destroy the vehicles of the opponents. The game now where there is absolutely nobody playing this game. Not even the bots. Unless you can find some hardcore fans who plan to go down with the ship, there is no reason for you to pick up Destruction All-Stars. Number 2. Golem. Golem is an action-adventure game developed by Daedalic Entertainment. In the game, players take on the role of Gollum, the iconic character from J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings series. The gameplay focuses on Gollum's journey and his internal struggle between his two personalities, Gollum and Smeagol. The game combines stealth, puzzle-solving, and exploration elements. Players will navigate through various environments, including dark caves, treacherous mountains, and the iconic Middle-earth locations. Gollum's unique abilities, such as climbing, crawling, and using his agility, will be crucial for progressing through the game. The Lord of the Rings. Gollum is a slog to get through. The boring missions, bland environments, flat gameplay, poor graphics, and average story combine to make this, at best, a completely mediocre experience. But once you take the multiple issues into consideration and the fact that Daedalic wanted $60 for it, The Lord of the Rings, Gollum becomes like its namesake, a pitiful wretch corrupted by the allure of the One Ring. Number 1. Babylon's Fall. Babylon's Fall is an action role-playing game developed by Platinum Games and published by Square Enix. The game is set in a fantasy world where players take on the role of a warrior known as a sentinel. The gameplay focuses on intense combat and exploration. Players will engage in fast-paced hack-and-slash combat against various enemies, using a combination of light and heavy attacks, as well as special abilities. The game offers a variety of weapons and skills that can be upgraded and customized to suit different playstyles. Exploration is a key aspect of Babylon's Fall, with players venturing through diverse environments, uncovering secrets, and solving puzzles. The game also features cooperative multiplayer, allowing players to team up with friends to tackle challenging missions and bosses. While specific details about the gameplay mechanics and features are limited at this time, Babylon's Fall aims to deliver a dynamic and action-packed experience with a focus on skill-based combat and immersive world exploration. Babylon's Fall was a monumental failure. Platinum Games has been somewhat hit or miss with most of their titles, and this was the worst due to the sheer greed and laziness on display. Levels consist primarily of empty hallways. Ranks gave absolutely nothing of value outside of personal satisfaction, and the entire loop was bogged down by too many currencies and materials to collect. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe our channel.